We got some Notre Dame. We're going to go through. We have a Notre Dame fan with us, Insider Man here, off to the far left. Just going to go through a quick breakdown of Notre Dame's schedule for this season because they're gone from the ACC. Again, this Notre Dame team was a playoff team last year, and I know, Insider Man, you're awfully upset that Ian Book, the greatest quarterback of all time, is now
fourth round pick. That was a lot higher than I thought he was going to go. So I can't complain.
He's now gone from Notre Dame, and he's going to go do great things in the NFL, correct?
He is. He's the successor to Drew Brees. 10 straight.
10 Super Bowls for Ian Book? Where is he? The Saints, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just switch this to talk about Ian Book. I'm joking. Let's get back to the schedule because this was a playoff team last year. Notre Dame was a playoff team.
Deservedly so, by the way.
Yeah, Texas A&M.
It should have been A&M in the last spot. They did.
And when we cater this towards Notre Dame fans, they'll come at me in the comments. But Texas A&M, I'm not afraid to say it. But let's start off with the schedule. Like, look at back to a full independent schedule. You got some good teams on here. You got Florida State starting off. You got Toledo, Purdue, Wisconsin, Cincinnati, Virginia Tech. Off is a very good team this year, by the way. USC, North Carolina, Navy, Virginia, Georgia Tech, and Stanford this season. Who wants to talk first? Are we going to do game by game, go down game by game, or do you guys want to give like toss-up games, give games that you think will be losses for Notre Dame? What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's go toss-up games.
Yeah, because we know the wins. Like, they're beating Toledo. We don't need to talk about it. They'll beat them.
I think they'll beat Georgia Tech. I don't think Georgia Tech's that good. I think that they'll beat Stanford. They'll beat Navy.
I don't know. I like Stanford. I'm telling you, that's a sleeper game. If Notre Dame loses any really, really surprising game on the schedule, it's Stanford.
Stanford at the end of the season. I don't know if I could call Purdue a win. I don't want to. I think Purdue's definitely more of a favored game for Notre Dame this season. I don't want to call it an automatic win. But, okay, let me go. Bernie, give me your number one toss-up game for the schedule. Or you think what game that is going to be – do we want to go sleeper game? You've already basically said it, so we'll go sleeper game. So you think Stanford's going to be the sleeper game?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just think Stanford's a sleeper game. Like another like sleeper game where I wouldn't say like complete loss. I would go USC as well. The only reason that I put these one as sleepers is because I think, going back to what we were saying about Ian Book, like I was not a fan of Ian Book at all, but it's probably going to be who like Clark is their quarterback. And like, no offense, but he was a 3-star recruit. So it's not like you're going that much. I mean, it's not like you should be expecting that much production from the quarterback position. That's why I'm saying it. But yeah, USC would be my game.
I think I'd say that UNC game is a little bit of a toss-up, one that I'm afraid of. They played us hard last year, really hard. USC's returning a lot of guys. Notre Dame is not, we'll say. They had 9 guys drafted, I think, and they had a bunch more that went unsigned or signed to the NFL. So I'd say that's a game that I'm worried about, but still going 10-0.
We'll bring up a fan comment to add on to this before I get into mine. Golden Blue Dude thinks USC and North Carolina will beat them for sure. So there's automatic wins for those two teams and automatic losses for Notre Dame.
This guy's booking it.
My toss-up game, I'm going Cincinnati. I'm going the Bearcats out of Cincinnati because Spencer Ritter, who many people think is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football next season. I think Cincinnati has a good defense, and they're going into Notre Dame, but I think that this is a big statement game for Cincinnati in terms of trying to get up to that level of can we compete for a playoff spot if we go undefeated, which the group of 5 situation, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but it's going to be tough. We got another fan comment. James thinks that they're going to lose the bye week.
Wow, a lot of haters and a lot of fans hate us. Eh?
A lot of people don't think that. Automatic losses. I'll start off with the game that I think is going to be a loss for them. I'll go UNC. I know, Adamo, you said that it was going to be a toss-up game, but I think USC. Not USC, UNC. I mean, I could throw UNC, USC, and I could also throw Wisconsin up there. I think.
I was going to say Wisconsin as well.
Graham Mertz this season, again, the game's at Soldier Field. Go Bears.
Wisconsin had a tough year last year because they also didn't play the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But if you look
They
at
had a
actually
lot of
Wisconsin,
COVID
yeah,
issues.
they got some guys returning. As you said, Mertz at quarterback
Yeah.
as well. It's a pretty solid team, and I still like Wisconsin's defense. So
That game was supposed to be at Lambeau last year, until that got canceled, and now it's pushed to Soldier Field, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think Wisconsin is probably a loss you're looking at for Notre Dame. I don't want to say USC is an automatic loss because I'm not. They do have Keaton Slovis, who's again one of the better quarterbacks in college football. But USC as a whole, I'm never too high on many Pac-12 teams. So again, that might just be biased, but I don't want to call that an automatic win for USC. And then UNC with Sam Howell and a bunch of the guys that they got over there. Yes, they lose some big guys like Javonte Williams. They lose Gaz Newsome and Dewami Brown. But I think that North Carolina is still going to be a really, really good football team this year.
Yeah.
I think the same. So my overall prediction, I guess, would then be a loss to Wisconsin, Cincinnati, USC, North Carolina. So I'll say 4 losses, but I still think Stanford's the toss-up. I still think it just all comes down to the quarterback. It's how quickly can they replace Ian Book and get the production back from there. But I mean, like, they still got their running back from last year. Like, it's still a pretty talented offense and team overall. So I don't want to discredit Notre Dame too much.
Bernie's got 8-4. What about you, Adama?
I'm gonna go 9 and 3. I think that we are not giving Notre Dame the credit they deserve in these toss-up games. We're automatically chalking them up as losses, even though they're toss-up games. So I think USC's beatable, Wisconsin's beatable, Stanford's beatable, UNC I'm a little scared of, but also beatable. So I think they lose 3.
I want to toss in another toss-up game just because Adamo said we're throwing in too many toss-up games. Now, I'm not going Navy. I'm going at Virginia Tech.
I was thinking that too, yeah.
Could be a tough place to play. I mean, you're going to Blacksburg there. It's an away game, and games are never easy there. So if that's a night game especially, I'm not saying that Virginia Tech is some amazing team, but sometimes if you have a young, inexperienced offense traveling on the road, never easy. When I think I'm going to go the record this season, I see a lot. We didn't even talk about the Florida State one. Like, I think Florida State's still not that good of a team, but you're still going to Florida State. But I think my record, I think they lose to Wisconsin. Since I said Cincinnati was my toss-up, I'm going to have them losing to Cincy, obviously. I'm going to have them beating USC. So I'm going to have them losing to UNC. So that's 3 losses. And then I don't know if I want to throw Virginia Tech in there. I don't think I will. I'll go 9 and 3. I'll go 9 and 3 for the kids back home, for all of you in Indiana, and hopefully touchdown Jesus put some magic over whatever. Is it Notre Dame Stadium? I feel like I should know this. I think it's just Notre Dame Stadium or something.
It literally says it right there. I mean, you can just look at the screen.
It does say that right there. Notre Dame Stadium. Well, that's pretty much going to be our predictions for today, everyone. So thank you for tuning into these Notre Dame predictions. Go Irish. Is that what we're going to say?
Go Irish.
What's your cheer? Go Irish. Go Cox. If that USC was University of South Carolina, that'd be a loss. Just want to point that out there. Easy loss.